And hello there, everybody. How are you all doing today? It is time for more E3 stuff. A little different this time, though. Right, Megan?
Yeah.
Because we're going to be... Now, it says right there, E3 2005. So we're going back a little bit for this. So I'll probably end up, I don't know, putting this in the playlist maybe like after 2005. So if you're watching this on the playlist, and you come here and then you hear me in the future say like, oh, we should do the Oblivion thing. That's because I'm probably putting it in there out of order.
Yeah, that'll probably happen a couple times.
Yeah, just a couple. My throat is also a little sore today. So we're going to see how that goes. If I cough, I apologize. If I do, I'll try to mute the mic, but we'll see. If any slip through, then I apologize. I'm not going to count clearing my throat as coughing, by the way. Not unless it's like egregious. Because that's probably going to happen a lot. Okay, so anyway. So we figured we'd go back and look at the Oblivion demo videos from back before the game was released. Because it's really interesting. Because there's a lot of lies involved in it. Which I find really funny. Much like how there was with Oblivion. Not Oblivion, with Fable. Which, I figure if we do like a Fable 2 lies thing, maybe we'll do that in like, I don't know, 2007, like when the game came out or something. But let's go ahead and hop on here. So, these are uploaded by a guy whose name is pretty unpronounceable, but I'm going to try anyway. Yorger Bpgzikt. So,
perfect.
Thank you. So, I'm not going to say his name each time. He has multiple chapters. They're all him. So just like, just know that it's all from the same guy, because I did actually check these. Hi, Megan. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I believe I have the tab unmuted, right? I do, yes.
Hi, I'm Todd Howard of Bethesda Softworks, and welcome to our demo of The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion.
Okay.
Last year marked the 10th anniversary of The Elder Scrolls, a series that has grown in popularity over that time, culminating with the release of Morrowind for the PC and the Xbox in 2002. Millions of gamers have been waiting to see the sequel, and we're really excited to show it to you here on this video preview for the first time. The key to each Elder Scrolls title is reinvention. We actually start over each time. This takes a while, but we feel it's essential to the series and its popularity over that decade. So with Oblivion, we wanted to start fresh. We wanted to create for a whole new generation a game that captures those things that excite people about role-playing games in the first place. The setting, the action, the heroism, being able to choose their own path. We set out to create the RPG for the next generation.
I mean, that's
all the games we
fair.
From Arena to Daggerfall, Morrowind, Astro.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
What can the future of games be? Not just RPGs, but all games. How can they entertain? How can they go to the next level? We hope you like some of our answers. We've been working on this game for
I'm curious,
3 years.
Todd.
We've never been more excited about a project. We hope you enjoy it. Let's jump right in. We built Oblivion from day one to be a next-generation game for both the PC and the Xbox 360. We've always tried to make our worlds come alive visually, but Oblivion takes this to new levels. Here are the results. This is where the game starts. Like
does look really nice,
in prison.
Right?
You are a nameless hero.
Yeah, I remember Oblivion looking really amazing for the time period.
Every surface. Diffuse maps, specular maps, normal maps, and parallax maps. All of these together on a next-gen GPU create some unparalleled visuals. This is all rendering in real-time, true HD. Real-world physics. True dynamic soft shadows. You can even see the shadows cast through this ribcage here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think if any other game really did something like this.
Over to every object in the game.
I can't really think so.
Objects.
Not that I recall, no.
Throughout the first part of the game, you'll be escaping from this prison and by your actions, determining what kind of character you will be, a warrior, a mage, a thief, or anything in between. This is a wide open game. You choose your own path.
Yeah, Oblivion has a lot of variety in classes.
Yes, sir. They're dead, aren't they?
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
My job right now is to get you to safety.
I know this place. The prison?
Yes, your majesty. Beneath the Legion compound. We're headed for a secret passage known only to the Blades.
It does kind of make sense to have like a secret passage in a prison
What's
cell.
this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed
Yeah,
to be
I always thought it was
Usual
kind of
mix-up
funny
with
that
the
it's
watch.
in the cell itself and not just like
Never
in the
mind.
hallway down here.
Stand
Yeah.
back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
Like it's like no one would suspect it,
Stand away from the
right?
door. Over by the window.
Yeah.
Now.
No sign of pursuit, sir.
Good. Let's
Stay
go.
put,
We're not out of
prisoner.
this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
Nah.
Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
You'll recognize the voice of Patrick Stewart there. He's just part of an
True.
all-star cast that's assembled for this game, and you'll hear more about those actors in the future.
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading.
I feel
me to the
like-
city along a
I feel like
secret
Todd Howard
escape
was cut off there.
By chance,
A little
the
bit.
entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Oblivion features over 50 hours of recorded dialogue, all lip-synced in real time. The voices fill half of the game's
I am
DVD.
your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods,
I assume that's probably true.
Tamriel as her ruler.
I mean, there is a lot of
You are a
voice acting.
citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way. You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Ah, perfect. My favorite.
Please, we must keep moving.
Looks like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
They changed Boris's voice actor though.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure it's different in the actual game.
Interesting. See, I wouldn't actually know because I don't remember enough.
Yeah.
Let's jump ahead.
Chapter
We've
2.
always
Let's
wanted
see.
to create real forests. They're part of so many great fantasy settings. It's also one of the most difficult things you could try to do in a game. This was not possible in a previous generation.
Yeah, that's
I always
true.
loved the forest in
Generated in real
Oblivion.
time
Like
by
being able to
the
walk around
game.
with the
Our
trees
forests
and the
are not
bushes, they always
templates
looked
by
amazing.
artists.
Yeah, right. Like it does look really nice.
Our staff spent some time at the University of Maryland Geology Lab studying how soil erodes, how rocks form, and how trees grow. We have the game create that for us.
And you know, just because it's not like a spoiler, really, I'm not gonna consider it one.
And it all animates with the weather.
Just because even in that one bit they kind of implied it, I guess. So like they make a big deal about Patrick Stewart kind of being in the game. He's not in the game for
Yeah.
that long.
Square miles, and half of that is covered by
Yeah,
procedurally generated
like half
forest.
hour.
All
Yeah,
of
like
it-
half hour, and then it's no more, right? No more Patrick Stewart. So I don't know. Does that
Yeah.
count as one of Todd Howard's sweet little lies?
Forest creates some amazing gameplay.
At the
spaces
very
for
least, it's
creatures
at
to
least
hunt, like
half a
this
lie,
deer,
because
or
technically,
provide
yes, he's
stat
in the
boosts for you.
game. He does
So you kill
narration.
him,
He
take
does
his meat,
voice an
eat it.
important character, but that character's not in the game very long.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
You can also pick ingredients out of the plants and use them to create your own powerful potions through your alchemy skills. You could even take the pieces of these mushrooms, mix it with the deer meat, create your own potions. Oftentimes you can get lost, so what we've done with the compass on the bottom is point out cool locations.
I do
for
feel like I
the
recognize this
dungeon.
area.
yeah, it's one of the Iliad runes.
Yeah.
This is an ancient elven ruin, built thousands of years before man walked the face of Tamriel. They're often protected.
Ah.
Huh.
Ow.
Come on, Todd, why you block him with your sword with God mode on?
Yeah, Todd. I guess he does have God mode on.
Well, actually no, he's taken very little damage. They probably turned down the difficulty
Striving for that
gauge to
true
like the
kinetic
minimum.
feeling of guys bashing each other with swords.
He's also not losing
Little
stamina
never
though
hurts either.
when he swings a short sword. Doesn't that happen? Don't you need
It
stamina?
does.
Yeah.
It does, but I think if you turn the difficulty down, you actually use less stamina, you take a lot less damage. So it's
Ah.
possible it could be that.
Okay, possibly. By the way, I believe there are 6 of these.
We've created an all-new combat
Okay.
game that combines melee, defense, and magic into one system. The game has over 200 dungeons, all handcrafted.
I mean, he says that, but there's also a lot of rooms in the dungeons that are kind of copy-pasted. So, I don't know about that.
I mean, that is true. It's probably one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, we handcrafted them, but we did copy-paste them. Maybe he can get away with that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like I think they technically have different combinations of rooms, but yeah, there's definitely rooms that are copy-pasted, especially for the dungeons that aren't like quest or story-based, because there's a lot you can kind of just wander into. It's like, yeah, they're very repetitive sometimes. Third person sucks. Never play Oblivion in third person.
Yeah, true.
It's cool to see your character, but it's awful to play.
It's awful to play, and it doesn't even really look that good. Like, see here.
No.
So maybe a hot take, right? But like, I actually think Oblivion is like, well, not even Oblivion, just like the general like Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah.
Lots of good minutes,
I don't know. The combat's like very basic, and the animations for like your character are also like really not that good.
Yeah.
They put all the money into the world, which is good, but they don't, you know, that's really all it is, right? Like the combat is just swing your sword, and it's not even like cool swings. It's just like, you know, like it's just like, oh, I'm swinging left and right. It's like, okay, that's not really exciting, you know. Like, I wish if they were to do, like, if Elder Scrolls 6 actually ever happens, right? I think it would do them a world of good if they were on, like, a different combat engine at least. You know, because, like, I don't know, it'd be cool if you could, like, parry and, like, you know,
this is the heart of the dungeon.
like, have this really, like, these really epic, like, fights and, like, combats, right?
I mean, can't you do at least some of that stuff if you have, like, skills put into, like, one-handed or two-handed swords? Because I know you could do, like, power attacks and stuff.
I'm not too sure. But, I mean, even then, though, the animations are still, like, incredibly basic, even if so. You know?
Well, yeah, the animations are very basic, for sure. I just remember there being more depth to the combat if you specialized in those, and you used them. I didn't use the power attacks and stuff very often, because they weren't really useful for the stamina they used. But they were there. I don't remember if parrying was a thing, though.
I don't know. I would really just appreciate if they had, like, a system, you know, like I'm trying to think, like Sekiro, to be honest. I think that's actually still probably, in my opinion, one of the best, combat, like, feeling combat, you know, like, gameplay, like, in games. Like, I don't know, like, I really like the combat in Sekiro. And I kind of just wish that, you know, like, maybe another hot take, right? But as much as I do love Dark Souls, I also kind of feel the same with Dark Souls combat, where to me it's very, like, basic, you know? Like, I know, like, dodging, rolling, I know, like, you know, all that cool stuff. But still, when you swing your weapon, it's still very, like, like, okay, you're just, like, just swinging it. There's no, like, it doesn't really feel, you know, like, super great. Like, if you hit something, it's still the same animation than if you missed, right? Generally, from what I remember. But I don't know, there's something about Sekiro that just felt really good with, like, all of its parrying and all of its, like, cool things you could do. Like, I kind of wish the combat in Sekiro would, like, be more common. And, like, if they did something similar in Elder Scrolls 6, I mean, I'd be down. I just want it to feel like, yo, I'm having an epic fight with someone, as opposed to I'm just hitting a button, you know? And having the sword swing.
But, like, they could make the combat more interesting with combos and, you know, unique skills. They kind of did a little bit of that in Skyrim. Not a ton, but, like, the one thing I remember in particular was with magic, where, like, if you had magic in both hands, you could kind of, like, charge it up and use a bigger spell if you were using two of the same spell and stuff like that. So, like, they could do more of that in Elder Scrolls 6. Like, I do like the combat in Dark Souls. It's very varied in what you can do with different weapons, but in terms of, like, a base level, yeah, it's pretty basic. But they want you to focus more on the boss and enemy design than the combat, I think.
I mean, maybe. Like I said, I'm not, like I say, I love Dark Souls, right? And it's not like I hate the combat. It's just I know that it could be like for the kind of game that, like, Dark Souls is, and the kind of game that, like, you know, the Elder Scrolls is. I just feel like it it would feel better if it didn't feel like I'm just hitting a button and then an animation is playing, right? Like I said, I know, Megan, you haven't played Sekiro. I've been trying for ages to get you to play Sekiro, and yet you have not yet.
I was gonna play the other ones first, about Dark Souls 3, and then I started playing Elden Ring when it came out because of the FOMO, and then I stopped.
Yeah. So, then like, so you don't really understand quite what I mean, but I feel like Sekiro just always felt really good with its combat.
In this part, we'll look at how systems combine for some
cool
new
that's my thing. Like, I don't hate the other combat systems. It's just I feel like it could feel like more epic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I've heard about Sekiro. And I've been curious about it. I just haven't got around to playing it.
You actually do. There are no experience points.
This is also really bad, by the way. The level up system is awful. This is one thing that I've always said, and why you should use a mod to make the leveling system like actually normal, and not this. Right?
Yeah. Because it's overly complicated for no reason. Because, like, you level up by leveling up one of your 7 major skills that you pick, and then you also get points that you'll get more if you level up a certain amount of minor skills before you level up. So it's just, like, it's encouraging you to basically level up skills you're not specializing in, and it feels bad.
And not even that, but it just makes you do, like, really stupid things, like, if you want to get the most out of your level. Right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I forget, because what's the maximum that you can get, like, for a point? Like, 5? Is it 5?
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, to give an example for people that don't know. So, I think, if I remember correctly, I think this is how it works. So, say you want to get some in, like, agility, right?
Yeah.
One thing you would probably just end up doing, and I have seen people do this, like back when the game came out, and I watched like some Let's Plays of them. I did see someone figure this out in particular, which really turned him off from the game, and I think he actually like stopped playing after a little while because he was like, "Yeah, it's just not really for me." Well, he just thought the leveling system was stupid. But like, if you want to level up your agility, the best way to do that is to literally just keep jumping in one spot. until you get the maximum of like 5 points in that, right?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't really matter. So then you can move on to something else. And then to like get your strength up, you just swing. I don't even think you need to hit anything. Just like keep swinging it, right? Like it's really kind of lame. Like this one I don't know as much about. I'm just like kind of making an assumption.
I would say I don't know if it works like that, because I know when it comes to combat magic or like destruction magic, for example, you can't level it up unless you're actually hitting a target that can take damage. So I would assume blade and like hand to hand and a lot of the combat skills you would need to physically hit something.
Okay.
But to be fair, they do have training dummies, so those might count.
Those might count. I'm not really too sure. But basically you do all these little like small things to level up your stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the problems is you can do it inefficiently, which could bother some people, right? Like, it didn't really bother me when I played the first time, but then when I learned about how the leveling system works, it started to bother me. Because, like, you could be a strength dude, right? And I want to put stuff in strength, right? Like, let's say I want to focus on strength, endurance, and, like, maybe speed or something, you know? So I want to focus on those ones as my main ones. So I'd like to put the maximum amount of points in them. But, oh, look, I need to maybe use, like, a basic spell to do something. Oh, well, now I have a point in that, which is just kind of going towards everything, right? And then you level up, and it's like, okay, so now I can maybe put, like, 2 in strength, and then, like, 1 in intelligence, and, you know, like, maybe 4 in speed or agility or something. Like, it's really not good.
Yeah, it's definitely the weakest part of the game.
Like, I get what they're going for. They're not going for your traditional, like, level up system. They tried to get kind of cute with it, so it's kind of realistic. Like, oh, the more you do this, the more this levels up. Which isn't bad, but it gimps you if you're trying to go for something kind of specific, right? And I believe certain things, like, actually require a certain stat, right? I don't remember. Do certain weapons, like, require certain stats? I don't recall. That I don't remember. I don't know if that's
There might be specific weapons. The only thing in particular I really remember requiring specific stats was a lot of the side quests with the Daedric quests in particular, where you required a certain stat to be able to start it or a certain level to be able to start it. So, like, you do get gated off with some stuff like that. I will say, like, just playing the game normally without knowing any of that, like, as long as you're building a reasonable character, you can beat the game pretty easily. Even if you just grind, like, it's not a super hard game, but yeah, the leveling system, if you want to do it optimally, is pretty annoying and tedious.
Well, it just kind of feels bad, like, when you learn about it. Because you're like, oh, why didn't I get 5 in, like, my skill that I want? Oh, it's because I, ran a little too much. I jumped a few too many times, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, that's not so fun. Because I remember when I played, I would, like, my stats were kind of all over the place. Because I did, like, a little bit of this and that, like, as needed, right?
Yeah.
And like I say, it's not bad if you don't really realize it and you're just kind of not really caring about that. But once you learn, it's like, Which is why I would recommend just playing it on PC, getting a mod that just gives you your 5 and like each stat or whatever that you want. Like, I don't know, right? Is it kind of cheating? I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's how the game should just have its normal leveling system, you know?
I mean,
shouldn't
it
need
should.
to jump a bajillion times if I want to get something up in agility.
Yeah, the way the skills leveled up was kind of obnoxious. Like even sneaking, for example. I saw so many tutorials online where people were like, "Oh, how do you level up your sneak?" And people were like, "Okay, you sneak, you put a rubber band on your analog stick, and you run into a corner for like 10 hours." And it's just like stuff like that. Like they want you to use the skills a lot to level them up. But it also means that if you're purposely trying to grind, it makes it very tedious.
Yeah, like it's meant for like a roleplay thing, and I mean that's what the Elder Scrolls is. It's an RPG, right? So I get
Yeah.
it. It's part of the roleplay aspect of the game. But there are a lot of games that have where you just level up and you can still keep like your own personal roleplay aspect to it, right? I guess like Skyrim, I assume, does it better, right? Like, I don't remember how Skyrim's leveling system works. I just think it's more, like, basic. But, I mean, people love it, and you can still specialize. You're still role-playing your character,
Yeah,
if you want
like,
to.
if I remember correctly, like, Skyrim system, it still kinda works in a similar way where you still get XP for doing certain things, so, like, it does encourage you to do things a lot, but then you also have, like, a skill tree aspect to it where you can put points that, like, up your skills and move up the tree, and, like, it definitely feels a lot better in Skyrim. I don't think they have the random point values because I think every level you get a choice between putting stats in health, magicka, and stamina, and then I think the rest of your points just come from how you level your skills. I could be misremembering because it has been a long time, but I don't remember it being as much of an issue.
Yeah, so, I get what they're going for. I like, just every time I'm going to recommend a mod that gives you proper level up. I'm just saying, I don't know the name of the mod. I just know it exists, and I recommend it.
There are no experience points.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on Steam Workshop.
I'll equip my bow and arrow here. You can see the quiver on my back.
I always found it funny when you went into this menu, by the way, like if you were fighting some archers, because you would see arrows sticking out of your character.
That is pretty funny.
Real-world physics stick these arrows into the correct surfaces, and not into others. They'll bounce off stone, stick in wood, stick in flesh if you choose. You can even pick them back up, and the physics reacts accordingly.
Yeah.
I'm all about reusing arrows.
Oh, that was one of the best things about getting arrows is being able to get them back when you shot guys with them.
That got boom.
Yeah. That's so rude.
Third person, using the shadows to my advantage, I can sneak through this area. The eye in the middle of the screen tells me that the creatures up ahead can't even see me.
It's really interesting too to kind of realize that, hey, having actual like physics in your game was pretty new, right?
Yeah.
Like ones that reacted with everything and weren't just, some sort of scripted event that made something move a certain way.
Yeah, physics were pretty novel at this point.
They're cooking a rat here. You can take his meat too. The deer is probably better for you. Looks like these two
Thanks, Todd.
have a trap set up, but they can't see me, so...
I mean, he's just looking out for you. So I always love the traps. They're just really fun.
Let's head on out.
Ah, ogre. Todd, you're taking no damage, Todd. And you're doing way too much damage, Todd. You also didn't react to the ogre at all, Todd. What are you doing, Mr. Howard?
Yeah, it's a little weird he didn't react at all, huh?
Yeah, as you can see, this one I was a little bit into, but like, don't worry about that. I was just checking to make sure it was the one that I thought it was when I was looking through all these. Because this is the one with the Radiant AI, I believe.
Look at the other side of the game. Our
I think
new
so.
Radiant AI system. It allows NPCs to have full 24/7 schedules. These NPCs are not scripted. We give
So
them
this
general
is what's
goals,
the
and
lie,
they figure out on
by
their
the way.
own how to accomplish them.
Nothing about Radiant
This is the
AI, as
Western
far as
Sea
I know, is
Port.
actually
There are
real.
9 main cities in the game and dozens of smaller settlements.
Because I'm
Over
pretty sure
1,000
everything
NPCs
that the
live within
NPCs do
all
is
their own
actually
schedules and
scripted.
jobs. Cities
I
are
think
But
so,
it's
yeah.
like
to start a
scripted
lot of
to the
requests.
days, I think.
Each city has its own unique shops, good for trading.
Because I
good
believe
for
Oblivion does have a
adventure.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, etc. Kind of weekday, right? Like it has a weekdays.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, they do have a weekly
The
schedule.
NPCs also have dynamic
And a
Yeah.
monthly
conversations.
schedule.
These are
Because I know
based
there's
on
like
your
certain
actions and what's
merchants that
going
go
on in the
between
world.
towns on
It's a
certain
great
days
way
of
to
the
pick up
month.
info.
Nilo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good to see you, Morris. What
Like this I actually think is true, right? How you can hear things that the NPCs are saying and it gives you like quests kind of or something you can talk to them about. This I think is actually true, but it's not like, oh, you just stumble in a town and they just so happen to be talking about it. It's a scripted event where you go into a town and then you hear them talk about it, basically, right?
Yeah, like if you reach a certain point, 2 NPCs, if they're near you, they'll talk about a specific thing, and then maybe you can ask them about a quest. But it's not as like spontaneous as he's making it out to be.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, well, you know, you can just wander around a town and maybe they'll start talking and you can get a quest. It's like, well, no, it's scripted to kind of do it like that. Like everything in this is scripted. Like that's, yeah, like honestly, Radiant AI is like such a big sham. Like it's such a Peter Molyneux level of sham. Because they have it here, like in the video. And like this was, because this was, like I don't know when this would have been uploaded, mind you. But like, or when this would have officially been shown first. This is E3 2005. So it's relatively close to when the game would have come out. So they made this knowing full well that this wasn't true. Right?
Yeah.
Perhaps my axe can be of use.
And it's funny because they're
would
showing them
imagine
having
so,
like an interesting
without you.
conversation here, but most of the
And
time
good
people will go up to each other and be like, "Hi, how are you? Okay, goodbye."
Yeah, like it's all stuff that can blend in with other things very
My
easily.
characters just learned a new topic based on what they were talking
Yeah.
about. I'm gonna ask him about
I
that.
wish I knew more about it. Strange gates have appeared, and Daedra swarm the Legion soldiers. They say the streets run red with blood.
Like I'm sure
Every day
one
will soon
day
overtake the
we
entire
probably
city.
could
If you're
actually
good with the
get
blade, they could use you
this
there.
level of
So now I have a
AI where, you know,
Gods protect you.
Yeah.
they could do
Really
something like
natural
this.
way of
Like they
doing
could
it.
like
Overhear a
chat
conversation, learn a
GPT
new
it, for
topic, and ask
example,
someone about
right?
it.
And find a way to make it work
Let's
like
head into
that,
this
you know.
bookstore.
I
You'll see
know
some of the other
I know
things that really
AI
make
stuff is very controversial, but I think in terms of like a chat AI like that to an extent, I think you could
Hello. I was actually
work
just
in a
about
video
to
game
look
and
at the
maybe have it
store.
be like a type
Is
of
there
Radiant
something I
AI
can
type
help
of thing.
you with?
It wouldn't be
Topics
good
that I don't
though,
know the
mind you.
information about yet are colored in gold.
If
Not
you
how it
Yeah.
currently is,
sure
I
you're in the
mean.
right place.
I asked about Coral. Now that topic is gray. This tells you that if you ask it again, you'll get info.
Yeah,
you
I
already
imagine
know,
the
so you
AI
can
thing would
quickly
probably
see
be very
what topics
similar
you
to
can
the
learn
system
something
that
new
they
about.
introduced
This
in
is all too
Skyrim,
based on
because
how much
like
someone likes you.
after you beat
You can
like
use your
all the
speechcraft
main
skills to
quests,
make them like you
you
more.
kind
You
of
can
like
admire them, bully
get
them,
whispers
even
and
tell
rumors of
jokes.
things happening,
By
be like,
moving the
"Oh, this
cursor
camp's
around,
being
you can kinda read
attacked,"
the
or
subtle
"This
cues
cave
on her
has
face
something
which she
happening in
might
it,"
like.
and it's all
Let's
very
try the joke.
basic, generated
That's
type
a
of stuff.
good one.
Yeah.
An orc in a party dress.
So
I
it's
love
not
it.
super interesting.
So now she likes me more.
Everything I've heard is horrible. Creatures coming from magical gates. Whole cities being destroyed. It's awful. The whole thing is terrifying, actually. Would
So,
you mind
yeah, I
staying
don't know.
around
It's-
for a while?
It's so
Just to
interesting
keep me
how
company.
The words you choose.
people
in
kind of
dialogue
forget
also
about
affect how you
Radiant
feel
AI.
about it.
and how it
Yeah.
is actually like a total scam. Like I say, I like Oblivion.
Oh,
I played a lot
Yeah.
of Oblivion, and I actually plan on playing it again at some point in the future.
Please.
I do too.
But I
Always.
acknowledge, yeah, right. But I acknowledge
The game
fully
tracks
that this
every
is
NPC and
very
how they feel
like
about you. Making friends is a good strategy,
like
but killing them could be too.
trashy.
Misleading.
Right? Yeah, and misleading. Right? Like it's very, because it's a lie, right? Like it's not even like they're using corporate speak like what we talked about before.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you go into her thing and she'll just go upstairs and like talk to her dog because that's what she wants to do. And then, I think in a little bit it's like, oh, and then she'll go to bed because that's the time when she chooses to sleep, and you can feed the dog, and because the dog likes this type of meat, and it's like, well, no, you're making it out like that's just what she wants to do in the time, but you have it scripted for her to do this stuff. I don't even think she has this interaction in the game. I'm not too sure. I never watched the NPCs that closely, apart from like a few of them.
I mean, I can't say I've ever seen NPCs talk to a dog or a horse or anything like that, so I don't believe that part's in the game.
Yeah, so it's like, it's such a lie.
Even Thunder here uses rating AI. She's decided she wants to practice her marksman skills, so she's picked up a bow over here.
See, like she's decided that.
Decided she needs ammo.
She's decided she needs to get ammo, and she's decided she's gonna shoot the thing. It's like that's not how it works. I don't even think this room's in the game, to be honest.
I can't recall a room inside like this that has an archery thing like that, so I doubt it.
Yeah, but see, they're saying she decided to do this. No, it would be scripted if she did that, right? Because that's just Oblivion runs on scripts like that.
And
with its
yeah,
NPCs. And I'm not saying that's
every NPC
bad.
has a schedule.
Yeah, like it's cool. Like here's the thing too. It's cool that they even have a schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like that's actually really cool.
If they need them, so she's gonna drink this potion. It's gonna increase her marksman skill. Have the same
this is also bullshit, by the way. The characters don't do that. The characters don't just decide, hey, I want to be a better marksman. Let me drink this potion quick because I know I'm ass at it, right?
I don't think I've ever seen NPCs drink potions like that. The only potions I see them drink is like skooma, which is like the in-game drug, or like health and mana potions if you're in the middle of combat with them. Like I don't think I've ever seen them drink like stat boosting potions or anything.
Yeah, right. So, it's just such a lie. It's such a lie. Like they could literally just say like every NPC in the game is set on a schedule. And I would still think, damn, that's actually really cool. That's a lot of NPCs in the game that has like a scripted schedule that they follow week to week, right? Like I would have thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
They didn't need to say like, hey, our characters decide things for themselves. They decide when they go to bed. They decide when they stay up. They choose when they want to practice a skill because they want to get better at it. Yeah, they don't need to do that. Like I don't even think with today's technology, like NPCs can do something like this. But they just like decide this kind of stuff.
Probably not quite yet.
On her that it would have on me if I drank it.
Like if I'm wrong, please let me know because I will gladly play that game.
Skill, and now she's good at this activity.
Yeah, I would love to play that game.
The system.
That's better. Are you hungry? Is that why you're so
She's
grumpy?
picked up the deer meat here. The NPCs can pick up items. They can leave them for other characters or creatures they like.
See, that's not true either. They don't do that.
Reading AI allows Thunder
yeah, they
to
just pick it up
detect
and
the
keep
deer
it.
meat. He's gonna eat it.
Thunder the dog.
And just like if I ate the deer meat, it's gonna give him a stat boost. He's gonna run around more. He has more energy.
I think food does kind of work that way.
They'll
Like
take
if an
breaks,
NPC
sit,
drinks
read
it,
books,
it
use
will
items
give
in
it the
world,
stat
but
boost or
Oblivion
stat
has over
reduction depending
400
on what it
books,
is.
many of which are
Okay.
skills.
See, that I can't speak of.
I said Mommy is reading.
They can even cast spells too.
Oh.
She's paralyzed Thunder here.
Oh, that's so mean!
That is very mean,
They'll
dog
eat if
abuse.
they need to. How they get the food is up to them. They can steal it, they can buy it, they can grow it.
That's not true either. It just stays on the table.
Sleep
Yeah.
when they want to, during certain times of the day. Always
When
good
they
time for
want
thieves
to.
and old folks to break in, or for vampires to do other unnatural things.
That is a bad puppy.
Oh my god.
Better go.
Animal abuse.
Feeling like myself at the moment.
Yeah, right.
We should. Let's get back to that quest. See what happened at Kvatch.
Yo, all
Bigger weapon
scripted.
may help.
You know, I love how she knows paralysis magic, but she doesn't know, like, illusion, silencing magic or anything like that. She just fireballs it.
True.
This is my fast travel map. So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about in the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun.
I don't do that. I play the real way. IMO. Yeah.
I like fast travel, okay?
Yeah, Megan, I still say one day I'm gonna need to show you, like, maybe stream, like, when the games show you how I tend to play it, and just see what you think, because I'm kind of curious.
I mean, that's fair. Like, I can see why it could be fun.
In the game's main quest,
The gates have
Emperor has been
opened.
killed, and the gates to Oblivion have opened. You alone must find his lost son, or the whole world will fall.
Yo, Rain. This area does look pretty neat, too, from what I remember.
We never
Yeah.
knew what hit us. They were inside the city before we knew what was happening.
Yo, that NPC just decided to get off his horse and, like, talk to this guy.
I mean, they will do that, but it's funny because they can talk to each other while they're on the horse.
Yeah.
We can use your help. Let's go.
Let's go. Yo, dinosaurs. Neat.
Oh, that's the clan fairs.
See, I just know them as dinosaurs, personally.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm very basic in that way.
I mean, I usually am in most games too, but this game tells you what the enemy is called when you point at them, so I learned their names, or a lot of their names.
I mean, true.
Plus, I think I had quests where I had to get drops from, like, different enemies too, like the clan fairs.
No, I just don't remember their names. That's really about it. I don't know what I would have called them when I played. I probably still was just like, oh, it's a dinosaur.
I mean, I can't say I remember all the enemies, I just remember them in particular. Thought it was funny, they're little dinosaurs. Oh no, it's a Daedra.
Oh no, that one guy that was helping you just decided he was going to die to that fireball.
So I am noticing that it seems like they changed the layout of Kvatch a little bit too.
They may have. They may have just simplified it for this, perhaps.
I'm not too sure, because the gate is normally outside of the city, and then after you beat the gate, you go inside the city, but they are clearly inside the city right now.
True. I don't know, they probably just wanted, like, I don't know, a sequence to, like, show off Kvatch, and yo, here's the Oblivion Gate. It's literally on the title. It looks like an O.
I mean, probably. Yeah. Get it? Because it's O for Oblivion?
Yeah. I did like how you
the
could just
Oblivion
walk
gates
into
are
it.
cool.
Close shut the jaws
Yeah.
of Oblivion.
Alright, cool. I guess that's the end of that. So yeah, like I said, I do really like Oblivion. I just don't like how they lied about rating AI. But overall, I still like the game. What do people in the comments say? I saw Mudcrab today. Goodbye. That's exactly how it works, actually. Thank you, Kirby.
Mudcrabs can be scary, yes.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Yep. Rating AI doesn't sound so radiant when you have 3 voice actors. I mean, for the NPCs...
I don't know if they have quite that little, but they probably have maybe a dozen different people doing voice acting.
I mean, probably.
There's a lot of repeat characters.
Yeah, see, once again, this is also accurate. I've seen a Mudcrab recently. Terrible creatures. I've heard others say the same. No doubt. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's pretty much how a lot of conversations go.
Yeah, because it's once again a very basic like opening line, right? Something that could be applied to anything. A response to that, and then a goodbye.
And a goodbye.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure is nice if these dynamic non-scripted sequences happen perfectly as is conveniently for this demonstration. You have to appreciate that kind of course. That's also very true.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this guy has a reason for it.
Yeah.
What was his name? Progman Omega? It's a cool name, actually. I kind of like that. If I remember correctly, the reason they cut down most of their rating AI features is because the NPCs kept killing each other to complete their goals. I saw that in an interview a long time ago, and Tav was talking about how during one of their play sessions, an NPC just randomly walked up to another and beat him to death, and proceeded to sweep the floor. Apparently, the murdering NPC's AI said he needed a broom, and the other one had one. Makes sense. I mean, here's the thing, right? I could see that actually happening, but I don't think that's actually true. I think if Todd Howard said that in an interview, he probably said it just to cover his ass for why Radiant AI wasn't in the game.
Probably, because like I could see it being true, because like, oh hey, it's more efficient to get it here than to find my own. But yeah, he's probably just covering his ass. That probably came out after the game came out, and people are like, oh hey, this isn't what you promised.
Probably, because like, let's be realistic here. This was shown about like a year, maybe like half a year before the game actually came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Now, you know, if the AI was giving them that sort of problem, you would have found that pretty early, I think. You'd be like, oh, damn, the NPCs are like killing each other. Okay, well, I guess we can't have Radiant AI in the game yet. But here they're trying to show it off. Like, yo, it's in the game. And it's totally happening. So, you know, that's kind of where the problem lies with me and why I don't really believe that. Because they would have known about that way beforehand. Like when they're testing AI and stuff, how to make sure it works. They would have found that out early, and then they wouldn't have put it in a video because it's not working properly, right? It's not like, yo, we put the AI in the game. Damn, let's make a demo video about it a year before the game releases. Video comes out. Oh shit, the AI is actually like killing each other. Better remove it and suddenly remove all of the lines we would have recorded for that. And put in the generic stuff. Like, let's call in our voice actors and talk about mud crabs. You know?
Yeah.
So that's totally not how that works. Todd Howard was just covering his ass. So, you know. That's my thing on Oblivion. I swear I'm not an Oblivion hater. I put so many hours in that game. And I never even finished it. Never even finished it. All I did was side quests. And even then, I don't think I did all the side quests. I have a lot of fun being a vampire, though. I will say that.
I mean, the side quests are the best part of any Elder Scrolls game. Like, you ask anybody, just like, yeah, the main quest is literally the last thing you do. Because even in Skyrim, it's not much better. Side quests are way more fun.
All right. So, did this give you any interesting insight into an old favorite?
I mean, it's already stuff that I kind of knew about, but it was kind of fun going through it, and you know, it's for me because of how much I played Oblivion. It's kind of nostalgic.
Yeah, right. Totally get that. All right, so I guess that's it for the Oblivion stuff. So, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We hope you all enjoyed, but for now, it is time we cue the outro. So, Frag out, and we shall catch you guys later.
Bye.